If you're over 55 and you've noticed your energy fading, your circulation slowing down, and your body just doesn't respond the way it used to, there's one ancient ingredient sitting in your kitchen right now that could change everything. And 97% of men have no idea how to use it correctly. I'm talking about raw honey, but not the way you think. This isn't about sweetening your tea or drizzling it on toast. This is about using honey as a targeted tool to boost nitric oxide, support healthy testosterone levels, and restore the kind of vitality you thought was gone for good. And here's the kicker. Timing and method matter more than the honey itself. I'm Dr. Emma Blake, men's health and urology expert. What I'm about to share with you isn't some miracle cure or clickbait nonsense. It's based on real studies showing that raw honey, when used strategically, can increase nitric oxide production, improve blood flow, and even support the hormones that keep you feeling strong. And the best part? You'll start noticing differences faster than you think. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Drop a comment below with where you're watching from and how old you are. I love connecting with you guys. Here's what we're covering today. First, the science behind honey's hidden power for men. Then, the 3 critical times of day to take it for maximum benefit. And finally, the powerful combinations that multiply its effects. Stick with me because we're also covering which types of honey work and which ones are basically just sugar water. Here's a quick fact to get us started. Men who consume raw honey regularly show measurable improvements in circulation and energy within just a few weeks. And that's because honey contains boron, a trace mineral that's been observed to increase free testosterone by nearly 30% in some studies. That's not magic, that's biochemistry. Let's talk about what's happening inside your body when you consume raw honey the right way. Most guys think honey is just sugar. And yeah, it contains natural sugars, but that's just part of the story. Raw honey is packed with bioactive compounds that directly influence your vascular system. And here's why that's huge for men over 55. Your blood vessels are the highway system for everything your body needs: oxygen, nutrients, hormones. When that highway gets clogged or sluggish, everything suffers. Your energy drops, your circulation weakens, and yes, your sexual function takes a hit. Raw honey contains nitric oxide precursors, which means it helps your body produce more of the molecule that keeps your blood vessels relaxed and open. Think of nitric oxide as the traffic controller that keeps everything flowing smoothly. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Raw honey is one of the richest natural sources of boron, a trace mineral that most men are deficient in and don't even know it. Boron plays a direct role in how your body uses and metabolizes testosterone. Studies have observed that men who supplemented with boron showed significant increases in free testosterone, the kind your body can use, and decreases in estrogen. We're talking about a 28% increase in some cases within just 1 week. But you're not popping a boron pill. You're getting it from a whole food source that also delivers antioxidants, B vitamins, and enzymes that support your entire endocrine system. It's a full tune-up instead of just changing the oil. Let's talk about why processed honey doesn't cut it. When honey is heated, filtered, and pasteurized, which is what happens to most of the honey you see on supermarket shelves, it loses the very compounds that make it powerful. The enzymes get destroyed, the antioxidants degrade, the pollen gets stripped out. What you're left with is basically glorified corn syrup with a honey label. Raw honey, on the other hand, is alive. It still contains the pollen, the propolis, the enzymes, and the trace minerals. That's why the source matters just as much as the honey itself. You want honey that's unfiltered, unheated, and ideally local or from a trusted supplier. Here's something most men get wrong. They think as long as they're eating honey, they're getting the benefits. But timing is critical if you want to maximize what honey can do for your body. Let me break down the 3 key windows where honey becomes a game changer. First up, the morning. When you wake up, your body is in a fasted state. Taking 1 tablespoon of raw honey within 30 minutes of waking gives your body a clean, quick source of energy that doesn't spike your blood sugar the way processed sugar does. But here's the bonus. That morning dose also kickstarts nitric oxide production right when your cardiovascular system is waking up. The second window is about 30 to 45 minutes before any kind of physical activity, whether that's a workout, a walk, or yard work. The natural sugars give you an energy boost without the crash. But more importantly, the nitric oxide boost improves blood flow to your muscles and organs during activity. That means better endurance, better oxygen delivery, and better performance. Now here's the third window, and this one surprises people. Right before bed. Raw honey contains a specific balance of glucose and fructose that helps your liver store glycogen overnight, which stabilizes your blood sugar and prevents those middle-of-the-night wake-ups. But here's the real magic. Your body does most of its hormonal repair and production while you're asleep. Testosterone production peaks during REM sleep, and if your body has the raw materials it needs, the boron and B vitamins in raw honey, it can maximize that production. A lot of men report waking up with more energy, better morning wood, and just an overall sense of vitality when they add that nighttime honey ritual. Now that you know when to take honey, let's talk about how to supercharge its effects by pairing it with the right foods. Raw honey is powerful on its own, but when you combine it with certain ingredients, you create synergies that multiply the benefits. First combination, raw honey plus fresh ginger. Ginger is a natural vasodilator, which means it helps widen your blood vessels and improve blood flow. Take 1 tablespoon of raw honey and mix it with a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. You can eat it straight, mix it into warm water, not hot, because heat above 104 degrees destroys honey's active enzymes, or add it to a smoothie. Second power combo, raw honey and cinnamon. Cinnamon improves insulin sensitivity, which means your body uses glucose more efficiently. The ratio is simple. 1 tablespoon of raw honey mixed with 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon, not the cheap cassia cinnamon. Take this in the morning or before bed. Third combination, raw honey with raw nuts, especially walnuts or almonds. Healthy fats are critical for testosterone production. When you combine honey's quick energy and boron content with the omega-3s, magnesium, and zinc found in raw nuts, you're creating a complete hormonal support package. Just take a small handful of raw, unsalted nuts and drizzle a tablespoon of honey over them. Here's what you need to avoid. Never mix raw honey with boiling or very hot liquids. Heat above 104 degrees denatures the enzymes and turns raw honey into just another sweetener. If you want honey in a warm drink, let the water cool down to lukewarm first, then add the honey. Here's a hard truth. Not all honey is created equal. If you're buying the wrong kind, you're wasting your time and money. Raw honey is honey that hasn't been heated above natural hive temperatures, hasn't been filtered to remove pollen, and hasn't been processed in any way. It's thick, often cloudy, and it might even crystallize over time. That's a good sign. Pasteurized honey has been heated to high temperatures to make it look clear and smooth, and that process kills everything that makes honey powerful. If the label doesn't specifically say raw or unfiltered, assume it's been pasteurized. Local raw honey is a great option. Check your local farmers markets, health food stores, or online for small batch raw honey producers. When you're reading labels, look for the word raw or unfiltered, a cloudy appearance, visible pollen, and ideally a harvest date. Avoid anything that lists added ingredients or says blend. All right, let's bring this all together into a simple protocol you can start using today. 1 to 2 tablespoons of raw honey per day, split across the 3 key windows. In the morning, within 30 minutes of waking up, take 1 tablespoon of raw honey. You can take it straight, mix it with ginger, or stir it into lukewarm water with lemon. If you work out or stay active, take another 1/2 to full tablespoon about 30 to 45 minutes before your activity. And about 30 minutes before bed, take 1 tablespoon of raw honey, optionally mixed with 1/2 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Here's what to avoid. Never heat raw honey above 104 degrees. Avoid combining honey with processed foods or refined sugars. And if you're diabetic or dealing with blood sugar issues, start with smaller amounts and monitor how your body responds. This isn't a quick fix. The men who see the best results are the ones who make this a non-negotiable part of their routine. After 1 week, you'll notice your energy is more stable. After 2 weeks, you'll feel your circulation improving. After 4 to 8 weeks, the deeper hormonal benefits start to show up. Better morning wood, improved libido, more mental clarity. So here's my challenge to you. Commit to this protocol for 30 days. Track how you feel. Notice the changes. And then come back and tell me in the comments what shifted for you. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and see you in the next one.